Hello everyone and welcome to the Certified Freaks podcast, where a few film students... Fuck! I was gonna say students, and I was like, fuck.
Intro.
Students. It's like trigonometry. Disco.
DJ.
On.
Honestly, I think we should use
Trigonometry.
Hi guys, welcome to the Trigonometry podcast.
Where A squared plus B squared equals C squared. That's Pythagoras.
Is that maths?
Yeah, that's maths.
Is that maths? Yes.
Is that maths? Is that math? That's how Wren spells maths. M-A-F-F. Math.
Yes.
Maths.
Hey.
Maths. Math.
I wonder how you spell Waitrose. Waitrose.
Oh, right. This is it. This is the one. All right.
I doubt it.
No, it's not. Right.
He's admitting it.
Right. Come on, Baze.
Right, guys, come on. This one's not going to be the one.
Right. Here we go. Hello everyone and welcome to the Certified Freaks podcast, where a few film studies graduates review and discuss horror films and most likely disagree. My name is John Barrowclough and I'm joined by my fellow host Wren and Nayeem.
Bin it.
Bean. We got Bean. Next up we got Chi. Let's go. Whoa.
Next up we got boom.
Oh my god. Hi.
Yeah, brilliant, nailed it.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect.
Right. We've done the intro, just tag that on the front. I can't be fucking arsed. Right.
Welcome to the podcast. I can't be fucking off.
I don't know how we started the podcast for the last episode, but this is how this one's starting.
Well, we just sort of asked each other how we are.
Right, boys, how are you?
I'm a bit sweaty.
Yeah.
Need for Speed.
Man's been playing Need for Speed.
He's got a need.
For
A need for
speed.
speed.
Right. Yeah, so how is everyone?
Alright. In lockdown.
Lockdown 2.
Lockdown
Electric
2.
Boogaloo.
Oh my god. Perfect.
Oh god.
Does it have
Yeah.
the same attributes as a sequel?
Nah, I feel like
good.
this is the
a bit of a
substitute
wet
teacher of
sequel.
lockdowns. You just don't take it seriously.
Yeah, very much
Yeah.
so. Not
Just
to say
kinda-
we're not, guys, for disclaimers. We're
Yeah.
taking it very seriously.
Yeah, we're all inside, just doing podcasts. Seriously, I was watching Sunday Brunch, right? And,
I was watching Sunday Brunch.
and literally every one of the guests on there was just like whatever they come on for, whether it were fucking a book on something or they were cooking some kind of like.
How long were you watching Sunday Brunch for?
I've watched it for the past like 3 weeks, mate. KSI were on it once. Yeah. And on Craig
touch
David as well.
in touch
Craig
with the kids.
David.
Was that your
And
impression?
literally, and literally everyone just said, "Oh, actually, I've just released a podcast about this and all." Actually, I was like, "Bloody hell, fire!"
Everyone's on podcast.
There aren't enough of them in the world.
Yeah. Who fucking goes out and makes a podcast? What
Yeah,
fucking laugh?
podcast. There is a question I was going to ask. Well, I mean, we're recording this way after Halloween, but
Oh, wait.
the spooky season never
9 more
stops. It's 24/7, 365 round here.
Season.
My pumpkin that I carved, if you saw it on the
Oh, here it
Instagram
goes.
story, is
Oh, yeah.
still alive. It's still rock hard,
Still kicking. Oh, Jesus.
and
What did you give it?
some shit. Yeah, we made pumpkin soup and pumpkin
wow.
tart out of it as well, and they were really nice. Yeah, spooky season 24/7, 365. What other horror films did you watch other than the one that we were watching for this podcast?
Ren, do you want to go?
No, you go.
Oh, God. I don't
Well,
want to
we were.
Borat 2. Very scary. I watched the US election. That was pretty scary.
Oh Jesus,
No,
that was a nail biter.
it was beautiful, mate. It was great.
Yeah.
Great times. On actual horror films that I watched, I watched most of the Friday the 13th films.
Yeah.
The original
Takes
ones.
Manhattan.
Oh god, yeah, that's a good one. Jason X though. Jason X.
Oh
though,
my god,
Jason X
I've
is
got-
ridiculous.
it's
Got a
brilliant.
confession.
You've
What?
never seen Friday the
Never
13th.
seen it.
Oh, you
But
call
to be
yourself a
fair-
horror fan.
To be fair,
No,
I would
because
say out of all of the traditional like iconic horror films, you've got Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween. Friday the 13th is the worst film
Do you
because
Yeah.
it's not until the second one where Jason is the killer, and it's
Yeah.
not until the third film
one when
where
they gets a hockey mask.
exactly, yeah.
Spoilers.
Well, no, it's not really spoilers.
Oh, like
It's
you
just-
care.
It's common knowledge.
Bitch. I've always wanted to watch it. I've always seen it, but I've always wanted to watch the original. And every time I had the chance, it was like one of the fucking 17th other.
I don't think
Sequels.
any of them can be considered a good film.
No, you're literally just there for the kills, and the kills are pretty decent, to be fair.
It's some dumb fun.
Yeah.
Nothing too serious. You know,
I feel
fun
like
times
I'd
to be
like
had.
the vibes. I
Mm.
feel like
Yeah.
little 70s,
The best-
80s
I mean-
vibes at the camp. You know.
Yeah, it's good vibes. I mean, if
Good vibes.
if in your franchise the best film is Part 6, then I don't know what's happened there. Like Part 6 is amazing. I don't know why.
What
they
happened? Is that the one where the lass is like telepathic or some shit like that, and like
No, that's Part 7. Although that
Okay.
is good. That's like Carrie versus Jason.
is
It's amazing. But Part 6 is the one before that.
is 6 where they resurrect him
Yeah,
they,
he gets hit by lightning.
Yeah, oh my god, so fucking. It's just like he's dead, but we've got to make sure he's dead for no fucking reason.
Yeah, and then he
Okay,
sort of
I'm
comes to
feeling
life.
very out of the loop right now.
Oh, you have to see it to believe it.
Because they made a Friday the 13th film like in every year of the 80s, and so it just gets they just like sort of run out of ideas really quickly, and it gets really
Yeah.
weird really quickly. Yeah, I mean I did kind of enjoy the one when a girl has like superpowers.
Oh yeah, like
lift
brings her
things
dad
with her
back
mind.
from the dead in
Yeah.
the lake, and it takes. For fuck's sake.
It makes no sense, but yeah, no, I watched them over Halloween,
Yeah.
which was enjoyable.
Ren, what did you watch?
Well, obviously the classics. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I
Oh,
watched that.
yeah, I watched that
Rewatched
not too long ago, I think.
Scream.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Just
Scream's
Solid.
classic.
Solid. I watched 3, I think, 3 or 4. I watched Adam Sandler's Hubie Halloween.
Oh, no.
my god.
Oh, why
I
did
It's-
you do that to
wanted
yourself?
It's a bit of fun, you know. It's not good by any stretch of the imagination, but it's fun.
You know when Adam Sandler said that if he didn't win the Best Actor for Uncut Gems, that he would try to make the worst film he could. Do you reckon that was Hubie Halloween?
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
And he'd put so much work into
Like-
it already. It was like,
The only joke in it that lands fully for me is that every lass is dressed like Harley Quinn.
Oh, every single one.
Yeah, every single lass is dressed like Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. I watched Babysitter 2, Killer Queen.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That was alright. It tries
Was
a
alright.
bit too hard to be cool, so it ends up being a bit distracting.
one with Bella Throne.
Bella Thorne. Yeah.
Bella
Bella
Thorne.
Throne. She's got dyslexia.
Yeah. Fuck's
Yeah,
sake.
she's in it. She's really annoying. I mean, to be fair, the Babysitter, the first one was good.
Yeah, the first one was good, yeah.
That was good.
Um,
Samara Weaving is always great.
Yeah,
she's-
she's so good.
She's so good. She's so, like whenever she's in a film, she always stands out.
I also-
Is she the one that's in that film?
What, the,
Brilliant.
like, hide and seek or whatever?
Ready or not?
No.
Ready or Not, that's the one.
Yeah.
Oh, is that who it is? The blonde
That's
lady?
Yeah.
And she's in the new Bill and Ted film as well.
Mm.
Yeah. Is she related to? I'm guessing she's related
Yeah,
to Hugo Weaving.
it's, that's her
I thought you
uncle,
said- I
It's her
really
uncle.
thought you said Hitler.
I'm pretty sure.
Hitler.
I really
Wow.
thought you said, is she related to Hitler?
Well, she's got blonde hair and blue
I
eyes.
thought that was some like quirky, weird fact.
No.
How do you
Um,
think she would have made it this far being related to Hitler?
I don't know.
She would be in the gulag
paint
by
with
now.
Tar her with the same brush.
She'd be in the gulag.
I also watched a first for me, a Polish horror film. Nobody Sleeps in the Woods Tonight. That's on Netflix. I watched that. It's pretty decent, pretty gory, standard, like mutant hillbillies in the woods kill a bunch of people. On Halloween, I watched His House. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yes, I watched that.
It's good,
I
isn't
loved
it?
that film.
It's so good.
So good. Ren, have you seen it?
No.
I think you'd really like it. It's about these two refugees who come over, and they get assigned like this like council house type thing, and then they sort of start to go a bit mental and start seeing things.
Yeah,
really
it's like
good.
the prejudices against them kind of like get to them, and it is really good.
My favourite scene is the bit where they're trying to fit in, and he goes into a pub.
Yeah.
To fit in, and they're watching.
No spoilers.
They're watching. No, it's not a spoiler.
It's not a
just
spoiler.
like it's literally just like a minute long scene, and like some people in the pub are like they start singing about Peter Crouch, and he joins in.
Yeah.
Oh, so is it British?
Yeah, it's a British film.
Feet
Yeah.
stick out the bed.
Ah.
Peter Crouch.
Peter Crouch.
And then like, later on, his wife is like, "Who is this Peter Crouch you talk about?" Brilliant.
Oh, yeah, but it's immigrant. I forgot about that bit.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
What I
Nice,
was going to
nice.
suggest is, and I think the listeners will appreciate this as well. I think we should do a
Less input from Ren.
It's already less input. Right, I'm going now. I'm not talking anymore.
Oh, I'm joking. Yeah, what are you saying? What, create a letterbox account for the
No,
for the
I think we
podcast?
should do a list on Letterboxd
Yeah.
of all the films we cover and then recommendations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can
that'd be
fucking
good.
use that and watch
That'd be good.
films that
Yeah,
I
that sounds
talk
good.
about, so I can actually get involved in
very
the
good.
convo.
Yeah. Yeah, so, well, now we'll just get into the film. Yeah, this is Halloween 2018, the film we're covering for today's episode, directed by David Gordon Green, also like co-written by David Gordon Green, Danny McBride, John
Sugar.
Carpenter, and Deborah Hill, who were the original writers of the original Halloween.
Were they actually involved in the no, because he's dead. No, he's not.
No, he's not dead.
He's not. We discussed this last time.
He was.
He's
He's also
very alive.
John Carpenter and his son Cody Carpenter. They're
Connor.
both composers on the film.
No, he composed the film. Yeah,
Yeah, early
He's-
talks. Yeah,
he's a producer as well, I think.
yeah, and so
I
is
was-
Jamie Lee Curtis. She's executive producer as well, I think.
Yeah.
I was most extremely taken aback when I saw Danny McBride's name.
Yeah, well, he
yeah,
works
yeah.
very closely with David Gordon Green because he did David Gordon Green directed Pineapple Express and Your Highness, and Danny McBride is obviously in both of those.
Oh my god, I vibes, Your Highness.
But I think you can you can see Danny McBride's influence on the script.
Definitely.
There's a whole bunch of sort of like comedy moments. I'm thinking of Kid that she.
Oh,
babysits.
Julian.
Julian, that is such
Yeah.
a Danny McBride character.
And the cops, of course, closer to the end. But we'll get to all that. The early mentions of like Halloween getting a remake / sequel, like in 2017, like it was in the works. And like Danny McBride was obviously on it, and John Carpenter is being a consultant and stuff like that. Later on, in early 2018, it was told they'd get an 18+ rating, an R rating, which to me was very exciting because obviously a lot of horror films nowadays are PG-13, thanks to Spielberg, the bastard.
So it gets a bigger audience as well.
Yeah, he couldn't find a line between an 18 and a PG, so thus the PG-13 rating was invented, for fuck's sake. Yeah, it'd give modern horror a chance to shake off its cheap and lazy jump scare reputation as it is with lots of modern horrors, because that's the only way they can really scare people without lots of blood and guts and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a whole bunch of sort of remakes recently that have sort of done away with a sort of a jump scare type thing and like have a lot of quality and effort into them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking of like Child's Play,
Yeah.
It, films like that.
Yeah, and like, yeah, oh yeah, they're the remakes, aren't they? I was thinking like Midsummer and Hereditary, but obviously they're no remakes. Yeah, and since Halloween, there's been loads of, and obviously since Halloween's release, a lot of announcements of other horror slasher reboots have been announced, like Friday the 13th, which had its first reboot in 2009, and Nightmare on Elm Street, which had its in 2010. They're both getting reboots.
Vibes.
Yeah, right on time. 3 of the actors from the original Halloween came back. Can you guess which 3?
Was it only 3?
Yep, only 3.
Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yeah.
obviously.
Jamie Lee.
Is the
You
guy
told me
who we
this
talked
last
about the guy who we talked about in the who played Michael Myers?
Yep.
I think he plays him for a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, that's true. And there's one more. It's
And
very, very,
you
very minor, but she's...
You
well,
told me last week, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember. The Linda.
yeah, PG
Oh, Linda.
Souls is her name.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know where she was in the film, but
She-
she was in it.
Yeah, I
She's-
didn't see her. I was looking out for her and I couldn't see
She's
her.
literally not... You know when there's like a teacher scene? Like she's in the classroom.
Oh,
Oh,
was that
The
the one?
She voices the teacher even though you
Oh
don't
my
actually
God.
see her.
I mean, I guess Loomis. You get like a little bit of Loomis, but it's
But
not.
it's not him, no.
It's an impressionist doing his voice.
Yeah. And
It's a very good impression.
little bit of trivia. Jake Gyllenhaal convinced Jamie Lee Curtis to pick her role up again, to reprise her role. Because apparently
Wow.
she's like a godmother to him, apparently, like an unofficial godmother.
Everybody say thanks to Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah,
Thank you, Daddy.
good lad.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy.
If we weren't doing a horror podcast, I would choose my time to talk about Demolition, but we're not, so
No, we're not.
Demolition is a great film.
love that. Love you,
It is a great
Demolition.
film.
I wish I could see you
Nightcrawler
again,
as
but
well.
you're really hard to find. I need to watch Nightcrawler.
It's good.
There's arguments to be made about it being a horror film as well.
True,
Well, come on, maybe
true.
bring that to the
Psychological
table.
horror-ish.
Yeah.
Budget. Anyone guess the budget?
10 million.
I thought,
Yeah.
I thought it'd be hard. Is it?
It's
is it
10 million. It's 10 million, yep. Which is obviously relatively high for a horror film.
I
but
thought
still.
it'd be more though. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I
still-
thought it would be more.
It's quite... Well, if you think about it, there's no digital effects. It's pretty much all practical.
No, you
True.
can tell that by the
Yeah.
fucking head splat that there's no digital fucking effect.
I love that bit.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
the budget is relatively high for a horror film, but obviously, like It, from the previous year, has $35 million budget.
Is that it?
Yeah. Like the average...
thought it
and that's
was
kind of like a
less.
blockbustery kind of film, isn't it? The average blockbuster
it was
budget
big.
is 100 million.
Yeah. Is that
That's pretty
including
mad.
marketing as well? And all...
I think it had a bit of marketing, nothing massive.
I mean, I guess that's why, because this film was produced in combination with Blumhouse.
yeah. Blumhouse.
And that's sort of their MO, is they make films for a very low budget, but because they're horror films and because they're marketed well, they make,
Yeah.
like this film, I'm just looking it up now, this film, even though it was on a 10 million budget, it made 255 million. So that's a huge profit.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's mental.
But when you know you've got the audience, they've
Yeah.
like the audience has sat through God knows how many Halloween films. So you've got the audience, you've got the talent. It's
Yeah.
an easy
They had a
sell,
good
really.
release window as well, releasing it like basically on Halloween or just before, like a week before Halloween, I think it released.
I watched it the night it came out.
Yeah, I went to the cinema to see it as well. Did you go
Yeah.
to the showcase in Leicester?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
same.
Me and my girlfriend went.
Oh god.
Wait, so you two went to go and see it at the same time at the same place? But
No, not at the same time. Probably
Not
not.
at the same time.
But we went to see it at the same place. Yeah, probably like a few days apart, maybe.
Probably like a day apart, yeah.
Yeah.
There's another thing as well. This film was produced not just by John Carpenter. You've got Jason Blum from Blumhouse as well.
Yeah.
But you've got Malik Akkad.
Akkad,
who
yeah,
is
because,
the son. Yeah, the son.
Yeah,
of
Mustafa Card.
Who did the
Original.
Who produced the
8?
original? Yeah, he produced
Yeah.
all of them.
All of them except the Rob Zombie ones.
Yeah, and he died in a terrorist attack in
Yeah, in 2005 in
Oh my
Jordan, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this film, I think at the end it says this film is dedicated to him as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I thought was nice.
I think, I saw some trivia like Jamie Lee Curtis saw Malek Akkad on the set of filming and she hadn't seen him since the original
Yeah,
one
since
where he
little
was
boy.
like a little boy, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of little connections like that. It feels like, unlike a lot of horror remakes, this one has a lot of love and care and put into it. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
who worked on the original that have sort of come back, and so it feels like a passion project, which is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Apparently, there's references to all the Halloween films in this. I'm not
Yeah,
sure about the Rob Zombie ones.
I caught a few.
Yeah, I can definitely catch quite a
We'll
few.
get to them, I reckon.
Yeah. I've also put like the narrative takes on like I was gonna say this last episode, but it's like I call it predator and prey theory because Michael and Laura taking on both the roles and then they just like keep switching and because
They do that a lot in the film where Laurie and Michael. I mean, we'll get to it. There's different shots, but so they'll sort of replace each other in the shots from the original film, which is really interesting.
Yeah, and that's the theme that the film takes throughout its runtime is subverting the tropes of the original, which everyone is so tired of. Like, there's so many things that you don't expect, or you are expecting but are flipped anyway. Hey everyone, hope you're enjoying the episode so far. To keep up with our latest content and updates, make sure to follow our socials on Instagram and Twitter at Certified Freaks Podcast. And now, back to the episode. We'll go straight into the opening scene. We're in Smith's Grove from the original, where Michael has been locked up. He got arrested at the end of the last one. It doesn't show it, but we're...
Yeah, it's a bit strange, because I guess they kind of have to sort of get around it, but seeing as Michael disappeared at the end of the original...
and then it's just like, it got round the corner of their house, it's like, hey, and then it's like, freeze!
You're under arrest.
It's like, oh.
I'm just imagining him just like jogging away.
Yeah. It's like climbing over a fence and they grab him.
I was just going to say, it's good though, because even though, obviously, I've not seen the middles, I've just seen the beginning and this one, and I could still follow along all right.
Yeah, it's because the middle ones don't exist, basically,
Yeah.
so... we're introduced to a couple of true crime podcasters.
Some British podcasters.
Aaron and Diana, I think the name are, or is it Dana?
Yeah.
Dana, I've got Diana, but it must have auto-corrected it. It's Dana. True crime podcasters, and we are introduced to New Loomis, Dr. Rambir Sartain.
You were so proud of that, aren't you?
Oh, I've seen other people say it, but yeah, Noomis.
Yeah, he's literally doing an impression, basically.
Yeah. He is a cool character, but I fucking hate him.
He's just kind of there. Yeah, he's alright. Yeah,
he's a plot device, basically.
He is. He just makes me miss Loomis.
You know, interestingly, when you were saying last time about the original, how Carpenter wanted it to be like an exploitation film.
Yeah.
I feel like this one was kind of an exploitation parody, but not. It's like a very fine line.
Yeah,
Take so many
tropes.
Yeah, tropes and whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, we're at Smith's Grove. Michael's being studied for some reason, but he's about to be transferred to a maximum security prison. This is like a hellhole, basically.
Yeah,
Noomis describes it.
You say for some reason because he's only killed 5 people.
We'll get to that.
According to the
it's 5 people. Yeah,
he only killed 5 people.
Yeah,
because he killed 4 last time.
Why ain't Fred West in there? He's done well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then he's talking about how Loomis saw him out in the wild again, calling to that predator and prey theory kind of thing. And we go into this courtyard where there's a bunch of mental patients in this pretty little courtyard with red and white square pattern kind of thing, like a weird chessboard from Harry Potter.
It was strange. Why were they all set out like that?
Creative freedom.
Aesthetics.
Yeah,
And
literally.
what did we say about Mike Myers? He's a man of aesthetics. He loves the vibes.
It's just like, right, I will behave, but only if the courtyard is set out like this.
It is weird seeing Michael without his mask and as an
Yeah.
old man, though.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
still
Very-
looks equally menacing, though.
does.
Like, you
He
know
does look
it's him.
terrifying.
Well,
I think he
was
looks
gonna
scarier.
Oh, definitely.
Say, do you think?
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
seems like wiser, you know? Like,
Because-
he knows
because
what he's doing.
I don't know what it is, but there's something about an old man who is really, really strong and that is scary. Like, why is he that strong? Terrifying.
He's got that whey protein, boy. He's still got his
Yeah.
still got his
focused.
supply on the inside.
He's still got his Gymshark partnership.
Yeah.
Sign up now, 10% off. Code
Sponsored his
Myers.
prison garb.
What would be his code? 10% off with code
Oh, I don't know.
Code Myers.
Judith.
dead. Judith.
Go on, Judith.
Code dead dog.
Sorry, Judith. Come fly on me.
You're not bringing Come Fly With Me into this shit.
Yes, I am.
Obviously, we see Myers without his mask, and this is where he's played by James Jude Courtney, a stunt dude. The podcasters, who I'm guessing are like a couple, right? We get those vibes.
I don't get those vibes.
No,
I do.
I don't get those vibes.
No.
You're reading too much into that, darling.
I've got.
I don't see any romance between them.
I saw a lot of hatred actually. I saw quite a lot of annoyance.
Right. For true crime podcasters, they are very well connected, it seems, because and they've got everyone's got a weird obsession with hearing him, wanting to hear Michael speak. We'll just get that out there right now.
Yeah, they
I like
really
seeing-
want to get him to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think it's just because they want some justification for why he did what he did.
Yeah.
No one knows why he did.
It's like everyone's curiosity, like, there has to be purpose, meaning behind it. I guess that's why people were like, because the original had such a simple plot, and everyone's just like, oh, well, that's boring, like, why did he do that then? And it's because everyone wants a reason for things to happen. There has to be a reason.
But I think that's really cool. I think it's really cool that they do it in a film where, in a lot of the sequels, they do try and explain it.
Yeah.
They're like, because they say, oh, well, Laurie's his sister, and they want to kill her because of that, and it's some sort of cult thing. And they make up all these reasons, and then this film takes it back to he just kills because he kills.
Yeah, which is arguably the best part of the whole narrative, really, is that it's just unstoppable killing machine. Why? Fuck knows, mate. For shits and gigs.
Shits and gigs.
And yeah, as I said, like Aaron, the guy, takes out Michael's mask because he's connected with like some fucking like DA or something like that, or Attorney General's office or some shit like that. It's like, oh, he's one of my mates, even though he's British and you're in like fucking Middle America.
Thing called
love
the
this.
internet, Jordan.
All right. What, did you just start fucking
He
messaging
sent
him
a
on?
strongly worded email.
What, did you give him his BBM pin and we're just like, all right, mate. Yeah, and then he pulls out the mask, which I must admit looks amazing.
This was I love this bit. Like there's very few bits in films that give me like a rush of energy. But it's when he brings the mask and everyone's screaming and he's screaming Michael, and just as he screams it just builds up. And everything builds up, and then you get like it goes bam, Halloween.
Yeah.
And you get the music. It's so
it's
good.
Brilliant. It's like, why? And then like, does the mask have like some weird power? And it's just like, oh, you feel it, don't you?
Yeah.
I
It
was
calls
gonna
to
say,
you.
like, it calls to question Michael's like supernatural elements. If he is supernatural, if he's just.
But I like the not knowing. It's so interesting.
Yeah, and yeah, like Nayeem said, go to the opening credits. A reverse of the original. The pumpkin is rotten. It is a nice touch. The pumpkin looks a bit dodge, but I mean, it looks great.
I see what you mean about the Michael with the knife.
Yeah, it is a lot clearer in this one.
It's a lot clearer here.
A lot clearer, yeah. They really made a point of it this time around because no one else got it. The first one. Yeah, and obviously we hear the new remix of the original theme, which is Cody and John Carpenter's. Yeah, the soundtrack is amazing throughout.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah, we go through and we see all the credits of like producers and stuff like that. We see Christopher Nelson, I think his name is. He did the mask, like remade the mask and aged it, because obviously it's not the original and they just left it somewhere. Yeah, he did the mask and stuff like that. We're back to Aaron and Dana after the credits have rolled. We're in their car, they're recording, and they're off to go see the other half of the dynamic duo, which is Laurie.
That this dude is so dramatic. With this little tape
Aaron.
recorder.
Yeah.
And then I just can't. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
That's why I can honestly feel like Dana's eyes on him glaring, just rolling her eyes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like Dana's sick of him.
It's just like she's much more of a realist and he thinks he's way more than what he is. It's just like, journalists don't pay for their interviews, and it's just like, you really think we're... And she's just like, you really call us journalists, you knobhead.
Like, there wasn't much camera time for Dana at the institution, but I can just imagine her whilst he's holding this mask out, shouting to a fucking mass murderer. And she's just there like, for fuck's sake, no.
Yeah, it's like face palming.
Every fucking time.
Every time.
She just goes to every serial killer they go to, just like, speak!
He's like, fucking hell, Christ, man. Alright.
Michael just turns around and goes, can you fucking keep it down? I'm right here.
Shut up.
Jesus.
And through this we get like some subtle exposition through their interview with Laurie. They pay her $3,000 for this interview. She's got like a fucking survival complex bloody house with floodlights and like a little fort that she's made over the past 40 years. Because it's 40 years not only in real time, but also in the film universe time. So I think Michael's about 63 or something like that, and Laurie's probably, what, like 58 maybe?
50 something. She reminds me of Sarah Connor in Terminator 2. Where she's like sort of battle hardened and scarred by everything.
They have the interview, and that's like acts as exposition. She's been married twice.
Oh, yeah.
She's been divorced twice, had a daughter taken away from her. She never regained custody.
Could they give her a break?
Yeah.
They are a bit invasive, aren't they?
Yeah, they said, like she says,
when
did you regain custody? And she's just like, oh, I never did. But you already knew that, you fucking thirsty bastards.
I feel like the whole entire, like, first half of the film was just basically like, no, you nearly got murdered, grow up.
Pretty much.
They're like,
throughout the film, everyone is so dismissive of Laurie. Like, she went through a lot. Leave her alone. Bless her. Like...
It's just like, all that training, and for what? Nothing. Wanker.
Honestly, when the teenagers
an hour later,
like...
oh my god, help me.
Yeah, literally.
I remembered a line now because I wrote it down because I was like, what the fuck? The teenager, I can't remember the granddaughter's name.
It's Alison.
Alison. And I also get really annoyed that she calls her grandmother all the time.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's
like,
really irks
did you
me.
speak to grandmother?
Grandmother, what are you doing here? I don't know why she's English, but she's not. But yeah, she's talking to the granddaughter about it, and she literally turns around the granddaughter and goes, well, he only killed 5 people by today's standards. And I was like, by today's standards?
Nah, that's later.
Oh wait, no, that's isn't that the Friends?
That's the Friends. It's Dave that says it, but we'll get to that.
Either way.
Yeah,
I was thinking, 2020 standards, to be fair.
He only killed 5 people though.
Yeah,
five people still did die. Like,
and a dog.
And a dog.
2 dogs.
Everyone forgets about the dogs.
Oh, poor dogs.
Back to the interview, and then all of a sudden, like, we want to get him to talk. Maybe he'll talk with you, and just like have like a fucking like what Between Two Ferns podcast interview.
Imagine going to someone who's clearly traumatized and going, well, do you want to talk to your abuser who's been locked up and killed all your friends and family? No, fucking don't.
Like she keeps like throughout the film, she's just like, I want him to get out so I can kill him.
I really think that we could sort this out, guys, if we just had a chat.
Yeah, it's like some like fucking keeping up with their Kardashians kind of shit.
I think we'd all be alright.
It's just like, she got the orange soda. Yeah, I'll have the strawberry soda. It's just like, I can't believe it.
I love that.
And then she tells him to get to fuck.
Actually, what she says.
Get to fuck.
Get to fuck.
I'll take my money now and
You
get to
scrawny
fuck.
bastards.
And then we're introduced to Laurie's family. So her daughter Karen, played by Judy Greer.
I hate Karen. I'm just gonna say it. I hate Karen. She sucks.
I don't think it's a coincidence that they named a character Karen.
Yeah, pretty shit.
Her granddaughter Alison, played by Andy Matuchak.
Alison's alright. She's not the worst.
Yeah, I just think she's a bit boring.
Oh.
Yeah, not much to her.
And the dad,
Bless
who
her.
is a bit weird, I didn't check who he was played by.
He keeps talking about having peanut butter on his penis.
Yeah, it's
He
just like,
keeps saying-
I got peanut butter on my penis.
He keeps saying the word
Earlier.
penis.
I was trying
Why?
to say earlier when you were saying, like, what are the indicators that Danny McBride wrote this script? And I
Oh,
was
This is
thinking,
yeah,
This is it.
that's
yeah.
one of them.
That is the one.
Ray. This is him.
That irked me. Alright.
And then they're on about meeting the daughter's boyfriend later on that evening.
Also,
And
okay, I'm going to bring this up now
yeah,
because this is going to blow your mind.
Okay.
Do you remember what the daughter's boyfriend's name is?
I don't know, but
He
it's
doesn't have one.
it's his dad's name
His name.
that I know you're on about.
His name is Lonnie.
No, it's the dad's name is Lonnie. His
What
dad,
dad?
the boyfriend's dad's name is Lonnie.
Oh, his dad's name is Lonnie.
Yeah.
So his dad is Lonnie, as in
Oh.
Hey Lonnie, get your
As in, hey,
ass
Lonnie.
away from there.
yeah.
Yeah. He mentions that twice as well. He mentions
Yeah.
it when they
That's-
actually meet the boyfriend too. He's just like,
Because I remember he said Lonnie, and I was like, that rings a bell.
yeah,
And that was the kid who got scared by Loomis.
yeah.
That's beautiful. That's you know
Claim
when
to
you
fame.
think about-
The
No,
circle
but you
of
know
life.
when you say, Nay, that it feels like a film with lots of love and care. That's a good
Yeah.
example.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because
Those are references.
we love Lonnie. Poor Lonnie.
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 Lonnie,
ass away
get
from
your
there.
ass away from there. Yeah, and then Alison asks her mum, did you invite grandmother? Did you call grandmother?
Grandmother.
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 And she
Even
says she
grandmother?
did, but in the next scene we learn that she actually didn't because Alison called her grandma to invite her grandmother.
Sneaky.
And this is the scene mirroring one from the original where the three friends are walking down the street. It's Dave.
Vicky.
Vicky. Shit.
Vicky is.
Yeah, Dave, Vicky, and Alison are walking down the street, aka mirroring the one, and it looks a lot more Halloweeny than.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's all like grey but orange, and there's pumpkins everywhere.
The blow up.
Yeah, for some reason, like, why? It's just like, oh, do you guys
I
mind
feel
if I
like-
blow up a pumpkin? Or it's like, I don't
Dave's
give a
it.
shit if you're
It's
knobhead.
just a thing in American films, like
Mm.
the butterfly effect. They blow shit up
Yeah.
with firecrackers.
It's like Until Dawn, just like, oh, I'm gonna blow up this pumpkin. It's just like, the pumpkin will remember that.
This is the bit when they have another reference to.
Yeah.
Because he talks
Halloween
about, like,
2.
Yeah, he goes like.
Wasn't
oh,
it his
wasn't-
sister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
he's
it's like,
oh
no,
that's
it's
just a
just some.
stupid rumor.
Yeah, it's just something people made up to make themselves feel better or something like that. I don't know why
Oh,
that
I
made
love
them
it.
feel better, but yeah, and I put Dave makes relevant comment about how some guy killing 5 people with a knife is no big deal. And this view is shared by modern audiences, and the original is mild in comparison to modern horror films where people go on like fucking massacres. And brutal massacres, not just people being stabbed. And now we're in school, we meet Alison's, I just put dick boyfriend because it's an annoying jump scare where it's just like, oh, did I get you? Fuck off.
Son of Lonnie.
Son of Lonnie.
I don't know what his name is.
I don't know either. I think
Cameron.
Cameron, yeah, that's the one. But he's not like a stereotypical boyfriend jock kind of character because he's like, you know, a bit skinnier.
He's more of a Timothy Chalamet kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of a like still a dickhead. But
Yeah. And we meet his
little bit
weird
more
boyfriend,
Tim Chalamet.
not weird boyfriend, weird friend Oscar.
Honestly, no vibes.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh yeah.
Different vibes.
It's just like, you're a mucky dumpster and I just want to go diving in you. And I was like, fuck off, you weirdo.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oscar's so annoying.
Yeah.
he's meant to be though, isn't he? Bless him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then we jump to Alison in Class, which mirrors the one with Laurie, which has been done so many times. I think they've done this scene like 5 times across all the Halloween films.
Iconic though, you can't.
Yeah.
It's iconic.
And obviously the teacher's there, who's voiced by PJ Souls. Oh, she looks out the window. What does she see? Oh, it's Michael. No, it's not. It's Laurie.
It's grandmother.
It's grandmother. What are you doing there?
You know
Come
what?
hither.
This maternal grandmother vibe, it's got very hereditary vibes.
Yeah.
Maybe
Obviously,
not.
Laurie's there instead of Michael, showing that she's taking on the role of Michael and all that stuff. Yeah, and then she's talking to her about like giving her the money for save for college. Well, not save for college. She says, "Fuck it, go to Mexico."
That's my kind of grandmother.
Yeah, and it's kind of just like more exposition, really, about like why she lost custody and all that stuff. She's like, if I prepared your mother for all the horrors of this world, then it was worth it, basically. And then
that was a good line.
And then cut to the scene where she's just showing off how much, where Laurie's like shooting stuff and she's just showing off her Red Dead Redemption skills.
A Call of Duty skill.
Yeah, bang, bang.
360 no scopes.
Quick scope, no scope. GG, no re. Which, and she's like taking the guns apart and like cleaning them and shit like that, and just emphasises how paranoid she is about something's going to happen. Oh, and earlier they said like, oh, you know, Michael's been transferred, and she says what time, when, where. So she knows she's kept up and stuff like that.
How has he done so well in this facility and he's not had any problems, and yet they're going to transfer him? Bitch.
I don't know. Just exactly script excuse for things to happen.
Yeah. I mean, they did say that they've had enough of, like, researching him.
Yeah, it's just
like... They're like, oh, we can't really figure out what's going on. So
waste of the taxpayers' money.
Honestly, he's doing
Trump's cut the budget.
Benefit scrounge.
This would have happened under Biden.
Sure.
They'd reform him, let him out into society.
Oh god.
He'll help out at the community centre.
Oh,
do some litter picking.
And we cut back to the podcasters, and this is where we get that recording of Loomis, and it's like saying that he should be terminated. It's the only solution, and then it's like it needs to die. It's like the recording like fades out and shit like that.
Yeah.
DJ.
Yeah, trigonometry.
Fuck's sake.
DJ.
Oh.
I don't know why that's on a fucking
DJ trick
keyboard, but now we see Michael being taken away forever. What could possibly go wrong? And obviously Laurie's just like waiting at the side of the road, having a tinny. Well, she would be having a tinny if it were in the UK, but she's having some of them s'mores that you get on a airport or a plane or whatever.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Like, who does that?
Sambuca getting ready for the rave, pre-drinks.
Last time we did what would Mike Myers' favourite floor in Mosh be? What would Laurie's favourite floor in Mosh be?
Oh.
I think
She
emo floor.
Again,
I reckon she'd be on the emo floor, Panic at the Disco.
I reckon she'd be in Smokers constantly.
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
yeah,
Smokers,
yeah.
definitely.
She'd be like, guys, I'm just staying in Smokers.
We cut to Laurie's family meeting the boyfriend. Laurie, I keep getting confused now between Lorne and Laurie.
Lani.
God, Lorne, get your ass out of. And then she refers to Michael as the shape because she says, "I saw him. I saw the shape. Woo, spooky shape." And then they tell Laurie to piss off. And then Karen gives some exposition about like, oh, she taught me to fight, she taught me to shoot, set trap, honestly, shit like that.
Ungrateful.
Yeah, tell me about it. Fucking hell.
Some fun activities as a kid.
Yeah. I'm gonna say most people don't have their parents, and she's skills. Just like, oh, mine taught me a load of shit and spent loads of time with me. Well, fuck me.
Oh, very difficult, Karen. I'm
yeah.
sure very difficult. Shut up.
has spent quality time
God.
with me, teaching me to protect myself because she loved me so much. What a fucking bitch.
Are we at
Fucking word. What's
Are we
this?
at the scene with the little kid now?
Yeah, the kid and his dad just coming back from a hunting trip
Yeah.
or
My
going to a
God.
hunting
And
trip.
he's
It's
like,
not
"Oh, do you not like
Billy
hunting?" And
Elliot.
he's like, "Yeah, Billy Elliot. He doesn't want to hunt. He just wants to dance."
It's just I like maybe you just need to spend some more time in the woods. That'll get you over this fad.
Oh, bless him.
This is. I was just very confused by the random interjections of like. It's not even comedy.
I feel like that's another Danny McBride
It's
injection
Danny
there.
McBride.
Yeah.
But it wasn't good.
I don't know. I
It
kind of
wa-
liked this. I kind of
Yeah.
liked it because he wasn't. He was just talking about. Like, I felt bad for the kid more because he was talking about you know, you got a little bit about him. You know.
For me, it was like really B movie and like shit exposition.
All right, Ren. If you don't think boys can dance, keep your opinions to
Sorry,
yourself.
are we allowed to
Go back to the fucking
say-
early
He's not allowed to
2000s.
dance.
Go back to the
What?
90s. You
Honestly.
fucking.
Why can't he talk about loving to dance?
Because it's just random. It's just out of the blue. There was no point to it. It's not like you guys are saying, oh, it's given the character depth, but it's not really because it's such a silly.
Well, I felt
Maybe dancing's not
felt
silly
a bit
to him.
more- I felt a bit more sad when he died than when random cop with no backstory died.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know anything about the cop, but I know about this kid.
Another scene mirroring the original. All the patients walking around in the dark, like at the start of the other Halloween. Yeah, and then there's a jumpish scare where like like one of the mental patients like knocks on the door of the car because the dad goes ahead to have a look, and he's gone for a while. So the kid gets out.
Surprised he didn't do a fucking 16-beat dance number in the middle of the fucking
Yeah,
road.
literally just starts doing the worm.
The worm.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
The running man. And then the kid calls the police and goes to check out the bus, and this made me laugh. Because Sartain's just like, don't shoot, bang!
Don't shoot, immediately shoots. What a legend.
Fucking hell. So it's just like, it didn't help, like, Sartain didn't help himself there by just going, boo, don't shoot! Yeah, and then the kid runs away back to the car, just gets straight into the driver's seat, even though he's probably like 14. And then...
Yes, but he's got those twinkle toes, so what are you worried about?
Ooh. Doing it with his tippy toes. Ow. I don't know why I said ow. I don't know why I said ow. The water just splashed back.
You just said ow while drinking water.
It sounded like a comical slapstick, like bonk.
Ow.
Like you just got bonked.
Oh
in the
god.
head.
And then I feel like this is another reference to the original again. Guess who's waiting in the back of the car? Michael Strong Abs Myers. Yeah, obviously. And then straight up, didn't think this was going to happen. Kills a kid.
He fucking kills a kid.
Yeah.
I know.
Poor little boy. He gets absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, neck snapped.
That was really a low blow for Mikey Mike. I didn't think that was his MO. And I was really
I haven't
shocked and hurt.
You don't normally see kids get killed in horror films.
Oh, you do?
I mean,
Well, they're
yeah, but like
killers,
not that graphically though.
I just didn't think Mikey Boy was into that. I really didn't. I thought he had a limit, and clearly he doesn't.
It's just like that's a real like oh shit moment in the film where you just think like, right, we're only about 30 minutes into the film. There's still another hour and a half, and he's just killed a fucking kid.
Yeah, because once Laurie had said that he'd only killed 5, I started counting, and I lost count quite quickly.
Yeah,
You've lost count.
He kills a lot of people in this.
Quite quickly.
He kills a lot of people in this film.
Yeah, he really does. He goes on a massacre. But yeah, you just think what like it's only gonna get like better from here, really. Well, worse for the people in the film, but better in terms of like oh shit. And now we cut to the best police officer ever, Officer Hawkins.
I like Hawkins.
Hawkins is good, man. He's a good man. We catch him at like a what is it, like a 7-Eleven type convenient, like a Shell garage, basically.
BP.
Yeah. And he gets the call about the crash bus and then rushes to the scene. And that's where we find what happened to the dad of that kid. And he is so fucked up. His head's at a right angle, and you can see all his spinal cord like sticking out the top. That's just what I like. It's just like, even if it's an off-screen death, which I usually disappoint in, you can only imagine. It leaves it to the imagination, yeah.
Because you see the aftershock.
Yeah.
And the effects are so cool. You get a few of them later on where you just see what he's done, and it's just like, Jesus.
Yeah. Because like the best thing to do is just like, even if it is an off-screen kill, just like leave it to the imagination of what could have happened. But if you show them the aftermath, and you're just like, oh Lord.
Yeah,
that guy got fucked up. And then he finds Noomis in the bus. He's like, I've been shot. And now we return to the podcasters again, our favourite podcasters ever.
Are we meeting the sheriff yet? Talk about the sheriff.
Oh, not yet. It is the scene after this.
After this.
Yeah, because we're at the cemetery from the first one. Yeah, and they find Judith Meyer's grave, Michael's sister, obviously. And this is where we get the archive footage from the original, which is like the only nudity in the film compared to all the nudity in the original.
But it wasn't archive, was it? It was a remake.
I think it is, yeah. I heard that, but I wasn't sure.
It didn't.
It looks like archive.
It didn't look
Yeah.
the same. No, I think it was a remake.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie. Don't put this in, but the tits are different.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, Wren, Christ.
We got some tit comparison. Tit watch.
The tits are definitely different. That's
So we
how
go
I
now.
know.
We go now to our resident tit analysis.
Tit watch.
Wren.
The tits, I can confirm the tits were not the same tits.
Okay, so we've got the new information. The tits were different. And obviously we see Michael watching in the distance again. Predator and prey is like stalking his prey, as we learn later on. And now we go to the hospital with Sartain. He's in some sort of coma, I think he says, and Hawkins is there as well. And this is where we get the sheriff. So I'll let Naeem take over for this bit. Naeem?
I love this sheriff. I love him.
Really?
He doesn't do anything, but he looks so cool.
He does.
He's wearing like a black cowboy hat.
Is he the guy that's like, what we're gonna do? Cancel Halloween?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
He takes on the role of like the mayor of the town that's been terrorised, or like the chief of police, and he's just
he's like the mayor of Jaws.
Yeah, literally. That's
like,
the comparison I was going to make.
Stop
yeah,
people going to beaches.
Yeah, it's just like, what? It's the 4th of July. You fucking can.
Was that
we need to take that. We need to take that line and then flash forward to 2020. What we're gonna do? Cancel Halloween? Yes.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
oh my god! Like,
yes, we
talk
are.
about art imitating life. And that's the end of part 1 of our Halloween 2018 review. Let us know what you think and stick around for part 2.